A promising young man disappears without a trace. His car discovered wrecked, his belongings gone, and a family left with an unbearable silence. What truly happened to Bryce Laspisa? Tonight, we delve into one of the most perplexing, unsolved missing person cases. We'll explore the chilling timeline, the unsettling clues, and the theories that haunt those who seek answers. Prepare to question everything you think you know about disappearances. Bryce David Laspisa was a 20-year-old student from Laguna Niguel, California. Described as bright, outgoing, and responsible, he was studying graphic design at Sierra College. His family and friends knew him as a kind and compassionate young man with a promising future ahead. He was well-liked and had a close relationship with his parents. Bryce's life appeared normal, filled with studies, friends, and the usual challenges of college life. His disappearance would shatter this ordinary existence. This isn't just another unsolved missing person case. It's a mystery that defies simple explanation and leaves a cold trail of unsettling questions. The chain of events leading to Bryce's vanishing began on August 27, 2013. He was at his apartment in Chico, California, preparing to drive home to Laguna Niguel for a visit. This drive, typically a 9-hour journey, would become the focus of an intense search. Bryce called his mother, Karen, to let her know he would be heading home soon. He seemed normal during this conversation, making plans for his arrival. However, his actions over the next few hours would become increasingly erratic and out of character. Initially, Bryce was supposed to leave earlier in the day. For reasons still unknown, his departure was delayed until late evening. His roommate reported that Bryce was giving away some of his belongings, an act that raised concerns later. Around 11:30 p.m., Bryce left his Chico apartment. Instead of heading south on the most direct route, he drove north towards the town of Oroville. This initial deviation was the first puzzling move in his strange journey. He then called his parents to say he was tired and pulled over to sleep in his car. His parents, Karen and Mike Laspisa, grew concerned when Bryce did not arrive the next morning. They received a call from a roadside assistance service. Bryce had apparently run out of gas in Buttonwillow, a town over 300 miles south of Chico. This location was far off his intended route and completely in the wrong direction. Bryce's parents immediately began the drive to meet him, worried by his increasingly strange behavior. They arranged for him to get gas and were relieved when he appeared to be back on track. Bryce told his father he would stop for breakfast, yet he failed to do so. He was spotted later that day in Castaic, California, still heading south. This was close to his home, but still a significant distance away. His parents, still en route to meet him, were relieved he was getting closer. However, the strange journey continued. Around 2 a.m. on August 30th, Bryce's parents received a call from the California Highway Patrol. His car, a 2003 Toyota Highlander, had been found overturned and abandoned. The discovery site was near Lake Piru in the mountainous area of Piru, California. The car was located off an embankment on an access road connected to Castaic Lake. It was a secluded and treacherous area far from any main highway. The authorities found the vehicle on its side, but Bryce was nowhere to be found. The detailed timeline of these events paints a picture of a young man in distress, yet his ultimate fate remains a haunting mystery. The discovery of Bryce Laspisa's overturned SUV immediately raised more questions than it answered. The vehicle was found off an access road near Lake Piru, a notoriously isolated and rugged area. This wasn't a simple roadside accident. The car had apparently gone off a 15-foot embankment. Investigators found no signs of forced entry or foul play inside the vehicle. However, the car's rear window was broken from the inside and some of Bryce's personal belongings were missing. His cell phone, laptop, and wallet were not in the vehicle. The absence of these crucial items deepened the mystery. Where was Bryce going without his phone or wallet? This suggested either he took them with him or someone else did. The car itself was damaged, but not to an extent that would definitively indicate a high-speed crash. Witnesses who saw Bryce in the days leading up to his disappearance also reported unusual behavior. Some stated he appeared agitated and was speaking strangely. Friends later revealed he had been using Adderall for extended periods to stay awake, possibly contributing to sleep deprivation and altered mental states. His parents also noted a distinct change in his demeanor during their phone calls. He sounded confused and disoriented at times. This led them to believe he might have been experiencing a mental health crisis or the effects of drug use. The erratic driving patterns, the gas incident, and his inability to stay on a direct course certainly supported this. The location where the car was found is particularly perplexing. The access road is unpaved, winding, and not well traveled. How did Bryce end up there? Was he attempting to cut through to a different area, or was he lost and disoriented? The fact that his parents and friends had repeatedly tried to contact him, often without success, further highlights his isolation during those final hours. The discovery of the car and the missing items opened a bewildering void. Was this an accident, followed by a confused walk into the wilderness? Was there someone else involved? Or was Bryce in a state of mind where he intentionally abandoned everything he knew? These questions are at the heart of the unresolved puzzle. The baffling details of Bryce Laspisa's disappearance have led to numerous theories, some more unsettling than others. One prevalent theory suggests Bryce was experiencing a severe mental health crisis, possibly exacerbated by sleep deprivation and stimulant use. This could explain his erratic driving, his inability to maintain a coherent path, and his confused phone conversations. In this scenario, after the car crashed, Bryce, in a state of extreme disorientation or psychosis, might have simply walked away from the vehicle. The area around Lake Piru is rugged and challenging, with steep terrain and dense vegetation. Someone in a compromised mental state could easily become lost, succumb to exposure, or even injure themselves fatally without being found. The broken back window could indicate an attempt to exit the vehicle from the inside in a panicked or confused state. Another, more chilling theory considers the possibility of foul play. Given the isolated location of the car and the missing personal items, some speculate that Bryce may have encountered someone who meant him harm. Perhaps he picked up a hitchhiker, or perhaps he was lured to that secluded spot. The missing phone, wallet, and laptop could have been taken by an assailant. However, there has never been any concrete evidence to support this claim, and no suspects have ever been identified. A variation of this theory involves the possibility of an accidental encounter turning sinister. The remote nature of the crash site makes it an ideal location for an opportunistic crime. If Bryce was already disoriented, he would have been a vulnerable target. Yet the absence of any signs of a struggle or other physical evidence makes this difficult to prove. There's also the theory that Bryce might have intended to disappear. While his behavior leading up to the crash points more to confusion than premeditation, the act of abandoning his car and belongings could be interpreted differently by some. Could he have meticulously planned his vanishing while feigning disorientation? This seems less likely given his character and strong family ties, but in such a baffling case, all possibilities are considered. Could Bryce have sought to vanish into the vastness of the wilderness, driven by an inner turmoil no one understood? Was he picked up by someone, either friend or foe, after the crash? The silence surrounding his fate allows these chilling possibilities to linger. What do you think happened after Bryce's car went off that embankment? The vanishing of Bryce Laspisa remains one of the most perplexing, unsolved mysteries in recent memory. A promising young man, a wrecked car in a remote location, and a trail of increasingly bizarre behavior leading up to his disappearance. His family continues to search for answers, holding on to hope, while the circumstances of his last known movements continue to baffle investigators and armchair detectives alike. Was it a tragic accident, compounded by a mental health crisis? Was there an unseen hand involved in his disappearance? Or did Bryce, for reasons unknown, choose to walk away from his life? Every clue, every inconsistency only deepens the enigma. What do you think happened to Bryce Laspisa? Share your theories in the comments below. Your insights and discussions keep these vital cases in the public eye. Let us know if you have any information or thoughts on this baffling true crime mystery. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.